Today is August 2nd, and the Yankees have just swept the Boston Red Sox, so let's talk about it. Let's talk all about it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes. Get your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Talkin' Yanks. My name's Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake, and in the corner is BBD. We are coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx, rsvlts.com/Jomboy. 20% off. Go get yourself a fun shirt. It's Sunday night. It's 10:47 p.m. as we record this. It's exciting. The Yankees have won. Spirits are high. Things are fun. Jake, how are you doing?
I'm good, James, David, live Patreon people in the chat. Good seeing you guys. We were live most of the night. We're going to be doing that on a lot of record nights at the end of series, YouTube, Periscope. A lot of fun with the people. A lot of fun whenever Big Aaron Judge is hitting game-winning comeback home runs. I like that a lot. So I'm good, man. Kind of genuinely forgot the day of the week for a little bit there. The Yanks are so much fun. There's almost no fear in the games as of now. I mean, the series was won tonight. Boston's bullpen and pitching in general is so bad. So, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good time to be a Yankees fan.
Great time to be a Yankees fan. I'm trying to find the newest Patreons that we have and who I haven't. And I think I think I've said Morgan Fost before.
Okay.
So I'm starting here. This episode of Talking Yanks brought to you by Jarrett, Albert Acevedo, Josh Wolfer, Andrew Powell, Sam Hogg, 2 G's, obviously, Owen Shannon, Gray Taylor, Sam Pelletier, Sam.
Friend. Hello, Sam.
Sam, hello, Sam.
Sam's our friend.
Rebecca Chauval, Chris Sabalkio. Sorry, Chris. That's a hard name. SB at the top, at the front. Reed Klarsfeld, Lucas Perea, C's, Scott Dahl, Kelby Lemons, William Luz, Kelly Hurth, L. Lavaliers, the mics, Kenny Kimball, and David Lenhart. Thank you very much. If you're a Patreon member, you can watch live with us as we record, and we try to do other perks along the way here and there. Yeah, you can be in the live chat. We always do a post-game show with the patrons, and we'll give them a little extra. Cool. All right, Jake.
Fun little community with the patrons.
How was your weekend enjoying the Yanks?
It was good, man. It was good. Saturday was a total chiller day. We pushed ourselves pretty hard throughout the week, and then Friday was kind of one of those, like, let's ride out the storm Friday to do nothing Saturday, so did that. Watched some Yanks, obviously. The ebbs and flows of the emotions of baseball outside of the game with all the COVID stuff still going on. But I'm good, man. Again, I'm looping it all back to Yankees because that's kind of what we've been waiting for months. And when it's happening, it is awesome right now.
It's a good time. The Yankees are the only team with one loss in the record that didn't all get COVID as well.
Correct.
The Marlins have 1 loss.
Right.
But they all got COVID, so they get, that category that gets them out of there.
Yeah.
So, go the Yanks.
Go the Yankees. They're good. How are you? A little Jersey Shore, a little fresher upper?
A little tired.
Yeah.
These Sunday night games, we haven't had a normal record session, right?
Not really, no.
We always record after the last game of the series. Usually those are day games.
Yeah.
But the rain and everything else has pushed them. So.
Rain at the end of each series. Boston Yankees game, so of course it went, 4 hours or whatever. And yeah, we'll see. And this upcoming week should be crazy. Knock on wood, people, or whatever you do. Yanks are scheduled to have 8 games this week, so say a prayer for us if you're into that thing, because it should be a crazy week. But I'm so excited, man. You know, if the Yankees can get all 8 of these games, we're going to go insane. But that's what we've wanted for months now. That's what you guys as fans have wanted. So let's do it, man.
We have a lot to talk about. 3 games. We got Monty coming back. We got Gumby coming back. Pack's back on the mound. Yeah. What's that? The Kahnle news. We can do that at the top of the show.
A little bit of housekeeping. Nick Nelson debut.
There's a lot of topics that will come up as we do Burns and awards.
Yeah, I think the only housekeeping is the
Kahnle news.
Kahnle
and Chapman's back.
Chapman and Sessa are close to returning. Texted Brian Hoke to get official updates on it to sound legit for you guys. I know there was no Sessa update, so this is insider stuff. Whatever. Sessa threw like 2 sim innings in Scranton. So there's a chance that he could be announced on the roster tomorrow. Expect him back before Chapman. Chapman, they still want to get against live batters before he comes back. And, yeah, the Kahnle news is sad, man. What is it, the UCL?
Yeah.
One of them in there.
The unilateral coordination.
Ligament?
Lung.
Ulnar collateral ligament.
Collateral ligament, lung.
Was it really collateral in the middle?
I think so.
I think so.
Is that what I said?
No. Maybe.
I think I said coordination.
Yeah. And then you ended with lung, so it's tough. Tough. And
come at me.
It's a bummer.
I gave it my best effort.
Tommy looked really good, and especially without Chapman so far, it's been, you know, the Yankees bullpen hasn't looked like that kind of 4 horsemen in the goose bullpen we've been used to. Luckily, it hasn't been too much of a factor so far. Had a couple guys step up this series. And, yeah, man, I think the bigger bummer, and hopefully Kahnle hangs around the team because, you know, that was what we said so much last year. And Big CeCe used to say it all the time. Like, Kahnle is a huge part of the clubhouse and the grind of baseball. So we wish him the best. Friend of the pod came on. Forgot about that during the crazy offseason time. So get better, Tommy. Maybe we'll reach out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. It was weird that was what my brain jumped to. I said that last episode. It's like I didn't jump to COVID at all. I just jumped to... I kept going back to his changeup looked different than we'd ever seen it before.
A little bit.
So I don't know.
A little bit.
But
I mean,
sucks,
it's still...
Dude, it sucks for him. But you can spin it. You can spin it and say it's a half season. Be back for the full season if you want to spin it that way.
Yeah.
It's going to suck. It's going to suck mostly because he can't even like rehab with the guys.
Right.
Like he's just going to have to be totally removed. And you know, they talked about how much of a presence he is on flights and trips and clubhouse.
That's where I'm interested to see if, you know, especially with all the COVID stuff going around, I'd assume he's not going to be hanging out. But I don't know. Huge part of the team, huge part of the back end of the bullpen. Get better, Tommy. Yeah. Any other housekeeping?
I think that's all. Everything else will get covered as we go. Someone just tweeted out their predictions for all the awards for the shows.
Ooh.
And
how'd they do?
Well, the MFers and Prides are pretty easy to predict.
Yeah.
But they threw out, like, they guessed on a miscellaneous award that I'll give.
Sure.
And they kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling naked.
Predictable.
I'm feeling like undressed.
See,
so
people know your pitch mix, man.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
You just keep coming at me.
I'm burying you.
All right.
Should we do this?
Yeah, let's get straight into the burns. Burn of Game 1. Yankees at Red Sox, but reversed. I said but reversed. Cool down on the coming at me.
Good save.
And let's just get
it.
It's
a really good save.
On your mark. Get set. Burn, Jakey, burn.
Get ready for the full Monty in the Bronx as Jordan in the pinstripes get ready to grill Weber and his hodgepodge Red Sox team. We're scoreless until the third. Monty ice horses around and gives up a solo shot to Chavis. 1-0 Sawks. But like a teenage boy left alone on a snow day, it'd be all Yanks after that. Jesus. Big Aaron Judge 2-run Yabo. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my Urshela, Ella, A. Gio Urshela home run. And your friendly insurance salesman, Brett Gardner, 2-run homer. Monty looks good. To Chad, to Otto, to future closer Johnny Holder. Yanks win 5-1 and take Game 1 final.
Okay, cool. What happened in the middle there? You got BBD real good.
Yeah, BBD didn't believe I went there. I didn't believe I was going to go there, but we're in it now.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can you say it again for me?
We're in it now. I'll say it quick, just in case people have families that are listening to this, and mine does. So I think I said, but like a teenage boy left alone on a snow day, it'd be all Yanks after that.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
So, sorry.
Welcome to Talkin' Yanks, Linda.
Welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Mom, Renee, a pleasure.
It was a lot of pleasure. Okay. What did you think about banging the pots and pans? And Susan, we gotta talk about Susan Waldman.
Let's start at the top.
I spelled her name wrong in the tweet and I felt bad about it. Kay DM'd me in the middle of the game. He was like broadcasting. He was like, "It's Waldman, not Waldman."
Yeah.
And I was like, I was just so excited.
Yeah.
I get so excited. She's such a badass.
Yeah. She's awesome. I mean, we say it a few times a year on Talkin' Yanks. We should probably say it more. If you don't know the full Susan Waldman story, I mean, look it up and get into it. It's awesome, and well, it's sad, and then awesome what she's done and been about. So, and the whole Garrett Cole story, how she told him that,
and him giving her props and her like signaling back, it was cool.
The whole thing was awesome. She is a legend. We talk about the gentleman next to her a lot as a legend. She deserved to be talked about just as much.
She crushed it too.
Yeah.
And she did it so
obviously.
She did it so casually.
And that's obvious.
She just stood up
national
from the
anthem?
booth, sang the national anthem like it was no big fucking deal, and then just put the mic back and sat down.
Yeah. She's the GOAT.
I mean, people that get invited to sing the national anthem in front of big games like that, like gets like seasickness and like can't talk and shit.
Killed it.
She's the best.
CC opening pitch, if we're doing.
He looks svelte.
Svelte.
I
think he had a funny quote, he had a funny Instagram or tweet afterwards where he's like, "Yeah, everything felt normal up until this point," and it's him releasing the ball because he hasn't. I think he said he hadn't thrown since.
Well, he had
he's
a lot of
surgery.
surgeries.
Yeah,
so, it's crazy.
CC and Garrett Cole, there's some
passing of
the torch there. So cool stuff to start the game, and then it kind of only got better from there.
You like Hal banging the?
Oh my God, that.
I have two GIFs saved on my computer.
I was going to ask you for that because it's a comedy show.
Like I replied, where are they? I replied to them to like a Yankees tweet because it's just like I have two different ones. One, at the end, he started going real little hits,
right?
Like a symbol.
Yeah.
At the beginning, dude, it was funny. That the stuff they did for the healthcare workers, I was like touching, very touching.
It's cool.
And then also some of it was so comical. Like, I didn't even put out the gif of Benintendi. He was just doing these really long board hits like this. It was so funny. And then how?
I don't know if it was... So, they're obviously doing a nice thing for the healthcare workers and essential workers, and that's great. That's fantastic. I don't know if it was MLB trying to be more social media or trying to be more interactive, but to give the Yankees and the Red Sox... I mean, literal trash cans to bang on a baseball field. Like, you're almost trying to build too much of a perfect storm for easy memes and stuff.
But I think it was supposed to be pots and pans and, like, what New Yorkers were doing.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they had that in mind. I think they're just out of tune. All the bats, I think, still had the stickers on them. Like, they took them from the gift shop and just handed them out.
Sure.
So if you buy one of those bats, you don't know who held it. Could have been Judge.
Get you a deal there.
Yeah.
Or at least tell yourself it was Judge.
Tell yourself it was Judge. You want to talk about the game?
I do a little bit. Jordan Montgomery. Let's keep going through the game. Jordan Montgomery looks good, man.
Yeah.
Fastball's ticked up a little bit. Worked out of a couple jams.
Opposite of Paxton.
Got a bonus double play from Aaron Judge / who was base running
Pilar.
there? Pilar.
Just
forgot what baseball was for a little bit.
He didn't even, once he knew to get back to the bag, he didn't even hustle back. It was very bizarre.
It was bizarre.
Dude, Monty was good.
He's good. He looks really solid right now, especially everything else that's going on with the rest of the pitching staff. So 81 pitches. Excited to track the Monty story as it goes. I know you still keep it as a plus, and I understand why. He is good at working out of jams. But it does worry me a little bit that, A, when the ball's put in play, that's just the risk that there is. And B, I just get worried, come playoff time or something like that, you only get so much leash to work out of. But again, It's pretty first world problems for the Yanks right now when it comes to Jordan Montgomery. So.
And he's really good at working on jams. He almost got the double play himself that Verdugo put back into his glove. He just messed it up himself. And then how does he come back from that error? He spins, they get
Just do it again.
They get the next double play after that.
Do it again.
Then 2 innings later, another double play. He was good. I was very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy with him.
Stuff is ticked up. It's pretty wild. And I think you're going to see something in baseball coming up. I guess this is a little more zoomed out that young pitchers have 4 or 5 pitches.
Yeah.
Because the game is becoming so much more analytical that, if you have these pitches that you only throw 12, 15% of the time, I think it makes it that much tougher to hit you.
Yeah.
So Monty's got a nice thing going right now.
Chad comes in. He's lights out.
Goose show.
They bring Ottavino in for just one batter, which I do think, and you said this a lot last year, that they're messing with Ottavino's confidence by doing that shit.
They kitty glove him a little bit too much. He's he's a really good major league reliever. So, yeah.
But Chad was dealing. They said Boone said afterwards he wanted to give Otto the clean inning, but Chad was just throwing so easy.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch count was low. He was dealing, so it kind of worked out for a bullpen that's still, it's not the dominant Yankee bullpen on the back end right now that we've been used to. So when they can stretch out and get a couple easy bullets out of dudes, they will early on in this season.
Yeah. And then the other thing that happened in this game is Holder came out. He actually looked good.
And you know what? I want to talk about Jonathan Holder now, so I'm not tempted to give him an award.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve
as
one.
much good stuff as I don't want to be here an hour deep and say, you know what? Let me throw Holder.
No, don't do it.
But Bogarts gave him a really good at bat, and Bogarts looks great. I mean, him and Devers are studs. They're absolute studs. Jonathan Holder showed all 3 pitches, and they look nice. He looks a lot more in control out there. Again, not someone you look to be dominant, but if you got a little cushion or if you're down a couple runs, I don't currently feel the fear that we all felt when Holder went in last year because he was.
Well, we'll
lost.
see the situation that he comes in.
But for that sampling of Holder, it was a B+ from him.
Gardner with the bomb home run, which I said was going to happen on the pregame show.
You had that, and he was off to a pretty slow, ugly start. He needed that. That's good.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next game, game number 2.
Barely mentioned Judge and Urshela who homer.
Well, they will
they're
clearly
sick
get talked about.
They are sick puppies.
Let's go to burn number 2.
Let's do it.
On you, Mark. Get your sets and burn.
Return of the Mac once again. Tanaka Tuesday on a Saturday in the Bronx as Masahiro Tanaka returns to the mound for the Bombers versus Zach Not So Godly for the Sawks. Bottom 1 like a Democrat picking a Supreme Court candidate. The Judge is deep left. 1-0 Yanks as Aaron Judge's FU tour continues. Bottom 2, Gio shows Zach the definition of godly. Gio hits one into the Elysian Fields in center and call Scott Kahn because it's a Hawaii 5-0 early lead after the Gio Urshela grand slam. He's nuts. Xander Bogarts in 2 runs off Tanaka's to ruin what was a nice little return. Not special and brief. Been there. Speaking of, we go scoreless the rest of the way as Nick holds the Red Sox in a full Nelson on the way to Avalon as the hailstorm strikes. Yankees win 5-2 final.
Seemed like you slipped another sexual personal story in there.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just seemed it.
When I typed out the words "not special" and brief, I laughed. I had the exact same laugh you did. Like, yep, live there.
Yeah. Like, you weren't not going to say that.
No. Got to make the layups, people.
This game, the Grand Slam. This game was funny because the Grand Slam happens and you think it's going to be a blowout, but then the Yankees the bats just say, like, dude, we don't care. Like, go close it out. And when the Yanks were winning in game 1 3-1,
Yeah.
it felt like they were up 8-0.
Yeah.
And then in this game, they're winning 5-2.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was 8-0. And then when they didn't bring Britton out and they didn't bring any Vino out, then you're like, wait. Just because it feels like it's 8-0 does not mean it's actually 8-0. What you doing? Booney?
I think every Yankee fan, honest or not, had that moment where it's like, okay, David Hale's up, Benintendi's the tying run, the short porch is right there. What are we doing? And this is before we found out the Zach Britton update. So Yankees Twitter was running pretty hot on that. But yeah, I was just going to say, up until that last at bat, I mean, as kind of boring as a 5-2 game can get from a Yankees fan perspective almost, like after the Gio home run, and Nick Nelson brought a little excitement. We'll talk about him a decent amount later. But yeah, I mean, until that last at bat, which was kind of, I think every Yankees fan almost had a wake up moment there. Like, you were watching the game, but you also weren't. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, there was a little also moment of like, you know, the Yankees offense kind of shut down after the Urshela Grand Slam, which again, that sentence itself sounds snooty. But, you know, they didn't score from the second inning on. So there was a little bit like, you know, would have liked to see another run or two.
Yeah.
And would have liked to kind of see Zach Britton come in and just close it out, because that's what you kind of hope for. So yeah, there was that moment there, but
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I tweeted out that the Yankees were just flexing on the Red Sox. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you guys have no one in your bullpen? Check this out.
I mean, kind of insane. I know again, another person who won't get an award, and, you know, we've been wanting to get the bullpen more
bite
involved.
Your tongue.
Avalon looked solid.
Well, bite.
And now I think
Bite your
I'll
tongue.
travel on to Avalon.
Nick, I think the real fans know Nicky and may get mentioned later, but Luis Avalon will not, and he looked good.
I gotta start telling you my awards because you just continue to step
dude?
on all my awards.
Avalon? That's a bad award. I'm just trying to help the show.
Stepping on all the awards.
You're not
nonstop.
giving an Avalon award.
It's just nuts.
Don't give an Avalon award.
It's just insane.
There's too many good guys to give an Avalon award, and you know that.
Awards aren't always good.
You know that.
That's really the only thing. Tanaka, what do you think about Tanaka? I mean, he only had I thought he was going to have a bigger pitch count, but it makes sense. 50 pitches. Why stress it? You know, it was really one pitch at the end there. I thought his fastball looked crisp. His
fastball looked crisp. That's one of the measuring sticks with Tank. He was pumping 94, which was pretty cool to see from Tank. His other stuff seemed to be dancing enough. And yeah, I think the pitch count was a little higher than that. I'm guessing what it came down to was they weren't going to give him another inning anyways, and you had the left-hander and Moreland coming up, I believe.
Okay.
So it was one of those.
And he had 2 hard hit balls in a row. The line out, the Devers line out, and then the Bogarts double.
Let's not even risk it. Your stuff looks good. You're healthy. That's kind of the biggest news from there.
Yeah.
And let's not risk it. And Avalon gets a nice out against Moreland. And a teaser, he might get mentioned later, folks.
Yeah, he may. He may.
All
right. Let's go to game 3.
The guy's coming out for the Sox. Jeez.
Chaz Mazza.
My word.
Is that his name?
He pitched well. Good for you, Chaz
Yeah,
Mazza.
they shut him down.
Good for you.
Game 3. Will the Yanks get the sweep or won't they? Find out now.
Find out today. Yanks bring their broomsticks to the Bronx as they try to sweep the team formerly known as the Red Sox. Opener Austin Bryce, I guess, for Boston versus James Paxton, trying to figure it out after a rocky first start, and spoiler, he would not. Three innings, 5 runs, 3 earned. Defense didn't help him, but more importantly, he does not have it. But luckily, the Yanks offense did, Jim. The judge orders a 3-run homer in the second. El cracks one. Stanton scores. Gio RBI double. The King hates your pitching. Not you, Mike King. Gentleman's job out of the bullpen. King Louis V hits a bomb. Devers does clip Mike King at the end of his reign, but save your judgment for the end of this one. Matt Barnes is not noble enough for Aaron as the freak from Fresno does it again. 468 feet into the night sky as the Red Sox hope go goodbye. Paxton to King to Otto to Britton. Yanks win 9-7 and sweep the Red Sox lineup along with the AA guys in their bullpen. Let's go Yanks.
Let's go Yanks.
9-7.
It's a good game.
It's fun. It was a fun game.
Fun game. That was actually Bogart's quote. Bogart said, Judge killed us this series, but it was a fun game, something that's been lacking this season. So how about that? Bogart's had fun.
Okay.
He had 2 home runs.
As long as, he had a good time out there.
2 home runs.
He had a good time out there.
He had a pretty good time. Hey, speaking of Paxton, his post game just came out, and I just want to hear his first words, if that's cool with you guys.
No, that's fine. Let's do it live.
What's going on? I don't know if it's just going to take some time to build it back up, but I'll get back at looking at the video tomorrow, try and make some more tweaks, and just figure out what I can do.
Just from what you were doing out there tonight, can you ascertain if it was something mechanical, or do you know, or you're not going to know until you see the tape tomorrow?
Well, I was trying to make an adjustment out there tonight by staying up a little taller. Last start, I was kind of bending over too far. So I feel like I made that adjustment, but I'll have to look at the tape and see what it looks like, and then just continue to search and try and find what else is going on.
How much fun is it watching this team come back time after time and getting this win tonight?
Nice.
Yeah.
Polite ending.
It's huge. The guys that came in after me did a great job, and man, our bats are on fire. It's a lot of fun to watch those guys hit right now.
Yeah, all right. The scary thing is that Clark Schmidt's pitching a sim game today, so the Yankees clearly have him on the same schedule as Paxton, ready and waiting to make a move if they need to.
Yeah,
Paxton's troubling. No, did you guys say that his average fastball was down? Because I feel like he didn't even touch 93 game 1. He touched 93 twice this game.
Katie Sharp tweeted it. Our best friend, KT Sharp. I'll get the actual numbers for everyone. Okay, and I'm completely lost. Let's see. James Paxton, four-seam fastball. Okay, this was in the first inning, so she tweeted out some updates after that. But in 2019, the average was 95.4, 100 max. That's last year. His last start, it was 92.4, top 93.8. And in the first inning, his average was 91.6, max 92.9. Let me see if it went up. Not in the second, no. Not in the third, no. So the fastball was down from the last start.
That's interesting, because I feel like he didn't touch 93 last start, but maybe he threw more. Whatever. Here's what I have to say about Paxton. We were live for his whole performance on YouTube, so I was saying this live at the time. He was using the fastball as if it was 96 with some gusto.
Yeah.
Like he was using it in counts, like a 1-2 count. I'll just blow it by him for strike 3.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, when you're pumping 91, you cannot do that. So either change the pitch mix until you get back up to speed, or get back up to speed.
Yeah.
But you can't have both things. You can't have a subpar fastball and still lean on it as your premier pitch.
Right.
Like him and Gary were it was a really bad game call. Now, Hicks did mess him up a bunch or twice.
Hicks didn't help him out.
Once would have been a hardish catch, the first one. The second one's a fly ball.
Second one, you're hoping to catch, and Paxton had a reaction that me and Jimmy almost didn't want to tweet out. But, I think it's a natural reaction a lot of us would have had out there. And then there was the weird off of Gio's glove, off of Andujar's foot, which didn't help him out. So, didn't get some help, which maybe helps the line. But either way, that doesn't matter because the the stuff just isn't there, and it's noticeable, and you're right, and it becomes the pitcher's dilemma because James Paxton, feeling healthy, is waiting for it to click, and he wants it to click, and so he's pitching like it's going to click with every pitch, and it's just not. So, yeah, and we're going to find out soon, I bet, if James Paxton, if they're going to let him figure it out on the big league squad, if you could see an IL stint, like you said, right now he's lining up with Clark Schmidt, pitching sim innings in Scranton. So we'll see. I think he gets one more, especially if this 8-game week stays. I mean, there's almost no risk there because otherwise you'd be doing a bullpen day, which James Paxton days have almost been turning into essentially. So we'll see, but yeah, I mean, it's scary. You know, if this Yankees team is right for this year, it's supposed to be Cole, Tanaka, Paxton, and right now, it's not.
No. And King comes in, which he's the piggyback, but if Clark Schmidt's there as well, and I don't know if we're talking about King later, but I still like what I'm seeing out of King a lot. Like, there's a lot of promise there. It's just, and I said this, someone asked in the Periscope, is when he makes a mistake, I think 3 times it's gone for a homer. So he's learning like, oh, those get really beat.
And in Double-A, that might be a single, but up at the show, that's out of the park. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, that fastball's there. You know, the secondary stuff needs to come along, and it has been. I think if you look at the minor league numbers, you've seen his strikeout rates go up a little bit. So, yeah, he's having a rookie season. And it's but, you know, you're not terrified or anything when he's out there. You know, hopefully we see some growth from him as he goes. Kinger, man.
Kinger.
And I wanna apologize about Avalon, but I will say this. Right before that, I said, you know, I'm going to do Holder because I don't want to give Holder an award. And you go, yeah, can't give Holder an award. And that's kind of the same thing. I mean, so I think we should have a little bit of a truce there. I don't want you to be mad at me the rest of the show.
I mean, just let it.
It's kind of the same conversation.
No. I reacted after you told me you weren't giving Holder an award.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said, oh, yeah, he doesn't deserve an award.
Yeah. You
Which
still
is what
don't
I
know
said
what
about
my
Avalon.
award, but you don't know what my award
Okay.
is. Just let it be.
Okay. Well, we'll see if he's got an award for Avalon later.
Yeah, might.
Teaser.
Okay.
I've got an award for Avalon.
DJ's amazing. Judge is absolutely amazing. They didn't want to pitch a Stanton at all in this game.
No.
It was weird. They were like pitching
either.
to Judge, but not Stanton.
Yeah.
I mean, pick your battles, I guess.
The Red Sox have the pitchers, man. I mean, some of the guys they threw out there today, I just don't. And over the past 3 days, we got Ryan Weber, Austin Price, Valdez. I'm not familiar with his first name. Mazza, Osich, Hall, Bryce again. Man. Tough. In a not trying to be rude to Red Sox fans way, their games are tough to watch.
Well, yeah, they just run out bad reliever after bad reliever.
It's tough to get locked into Matt Hall.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I'm not trying to say that rude to Matt or Sox fans, but you and I were having, like, big exhales after every pitch. Like, oh, my God. You're doing this, man?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, all right, well, let's just get into awards because we got a lot to talk about there.
Let's do it.
I gotcha. All right, awards today are brought to you by DraftKings. Strap in, folks. Baseball's back, and it's better than ever. The boys will be getting back on the diamond. They're out there. They're winning. And while we may not be able to join them in the stadium, we can watch them live in the Roosevelt studio here.
Yeah.
Should I mix ads like that?
Comfort of your own home.
Or in the comfort of your own home. And there's no better place to get in the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. To celebrate baseball coming back, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering free bets for every home run your team hits. Take advantage of this Grand Slam offer. Yanks hit 2 Grand Slams in this series. All you have to do is place a pregame bet of at least $25 on your team, and for every home run they hit in the game, you'll get $5 worth of free bets. They only hit 1 Grand Slam in this series, but they hit a Grand Slam in the Baltimore series as well. How many home runs did they hit today?
15.
3 in the series, maybe 27. So you would have got $5 worth of free bets for all 27 of the home runs they hit in this game. Additionally, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering all new users a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's a lot of dollars. Don't worry if baseball isn't your game. DraftKings offers great odds and promotions on games lesser than baseball that you may like as well. DraftKings Sportsbook is U.S.-based, making it safe, secure, and reliable. Plus, it's easy to deposit and withdraw your funds whenever you want. That's huge, Jake.
That's big. Get your winnings.
Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code JOMBOY when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Same amount of money that we talked about before.
Whoa.
That's code JOMBOY, JOMBOY, to get your sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus, and if a first bet match each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Do you have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Get it figured out.
Bang.
Awards!
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Okay, Pride of the Yankees, Jake. What you got? You get to go first.
God. Pride of the Yankees, huh?
Pride of the Yankees.
Let me look. No, Jim. I think I got my guy here. I'm going with Aaron Judge.
Smart.
Some weekends, what? Some pods, it's not worth slapdicking around on it.
Yeah. Don't get cute. Can't get cute with this one.
He's now leading Major League Baseball in home runs. He is hitting mammoth 468 tonight, very casually, hanging curveball, worst pitch in baseball. 455 in the second game, only 376 in the first, so that one almost doesn't count at this point. 5 games in a row, 6 home runs.
Yes, 6 home runs last 5 games. Katie Sharp had a tweet about how like 30% of his home runs give the Yankees the lead, which is like what he's been doing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did see that. Dig that one up. That is a good one. KT Sharp, the queen of stats, as always. But yeah, man, I mean, he just looks so locked in. Okay,
so since the start of last season, 17 of his 30 home runs have given the Yankees a lead. That's 57%, and it's gone up now with this game. No. Yeah, they were tied, and they hit the home run. MLB average rate is 31%. Like, there's a lot of people that still say he's not clutch and stuff, and I actually don't believe clutch exists in the regular season.
Ooh.
But he does in the postseason too.
Yeah.
So
he's really good. I mean, it's, Yankee fans get a lot of crap for loving their dudes, and when Aaron Judge is right and healthy, he's as talented as they come in Major League Baseball, and right now he's doing it. He made a nice little shoestring catch today.
And the double up.
The double up. He truly is 5 tools. We say it on here enough, and I know you guys don't need to know, but, if you're a fan from around the league and you don't watch Yankee games, you just think he's this behemoth of a guy who hits home runs, and wow, that's cool. Like, he does it all, man. And he's locked in. Like, obviously I have a terrible memory, so it's tough to think back to the 2017 series, but I mean, I guess six home runs in 5 games. This is as locked in as we've seen him.
Yep.
So he is the pride of the Yankees for me. Thank you.
I was clapping for Judge, but I'll clap for you as well.
Oops.
My pride of the Yankees, Gio Urshela. And another layup, I believe. Gio was 6 for 11, 2 runs scored, 6 RBIs. He has the grand slam. He has a walk. I mean, that's a 545 batting average in this 3-game set.
Yeah.
He was 3 for 3 at one point in the game today. I think then he got out. And he's also started the double play to get Monty out of the bases loaded jam. Bases loaded 1 out. Don't worry about it. Gio's there. He made a ridiculous play in the other game. Just a web gem. I mean, he's just... Dude, I have to give him the pride, but I had a good award name for him. It's going to be called a Dentist Dream because he's just so sweet. You just want to eat him up.
A dentist dream. So you're so sweet, so you eat a lot of sweets.
Then the cavities, and
That's-
then you
become the
get
dentist
yeah,
dream.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, dentists love candy. That's a fact.
Sure.
They survive off
No
candy.
argument here.
All the dentists in the Parks and Rec world voted for Sweetums to give out those sodas.
True.
It's true. So, dentist dream, Gio Urshela, sweet as they come. He's just a stud. He's better than he was at any point last year, I think. I think this last 2 series, he's better than he was at any point last year when he was having a fairy tale, once-off fluke season.
Third base is one of my favorite things to watch when it's done right. And Gio Urshela, the plays he makes to his right towards the bag side, I guess the analytics people get mad at his plays towards shortstop. I don't care at all. Are special. Are so special. And he really does make them routine. And there was a, 3 or 4 balls this series that were either tappers or whatever they were that, again, you forget and, we don't even acknowledge them. And for a lot of teams, you'd say, oh, that really changed the game.
Yeah.
If you just add extra outs or you throw a ball away or whatever it is. Gio, incredible. And again, I think we did this last pod or 2 pods ago, but if you start doing like the number 1 guy that has to be in the Yankees lineup on a day-to-day, you'd be surprised how quickly Gio's name comes up.
The defense is, I still think there might be people out there that are sleeping on how game-changing it is.
Yeah. I mean, the double plays thing we harped on before, maybe we'll circle back on that with KT Sharp, but he's been amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right.
Good to see the bat there, because let's be honest, if you're a baseball fan, all of us have seen fluky type seasons, and then that becomes the joke. He's following it up.
Let's move on to sadness.
Yeah.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Who you got?
My Yankee MFer. Don't do it, Jake. You know what? I won't. I am going to give it to Gleyber Torres.
Ooh.
And I'm obviously not happy to do that. I do not like doing that. I'm doing this mostly because you and Gleyber's dad just kind of rehatched. So
if you made me take
Yeah.
him, I was going to be
No,
like, dude,
I'm,
I just got on good terms with his
still
dad.
trying to clear up the whole Avalon thing. No, it's tough, and we had a half joke, half kind of serious baseball talk that was Gleyber's batting after Judge right now, and that kind of sucks. Like every time, hey, here's your high five. Now I'm struggling, and the pitcher's kind of pissed off. This sucks. You can't just give that excuse to Gleyber, though. He doesn't look great up there. And I don't know. I was just going to say, like, what can Jake the Scout, key in on that's not working? He's just a little off.
I do think Judge hitting bombs in front of him is making him want to hit bombs. We see him just keep flying out to left field, trying to hit Bob, and it's like getting him off his game.
And you know
it's
what?
Like, I want to do that too, man.
I'm trying to think back. I'm assuming towards the end of the year he got the same shift. He's hit a couple balls right up the middle.
Yeah.
That the second baseman plays there now, and that's got to be a tough feeling. So, say something nice. The defense has been solid. No complaints this series, right? Mm-hmm. He had that one ball kind of roll away from him, that was a little weird. I think Judge threw it in and just trickled away.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. Like not like fully his fault, but also kind of, but not.
Like, don't have that happen, I guess. But yeah, tough to be sandwiched between the 2 giants right now for Gleyber.
Horrible. On.
And I think he finishes 2 for 13, which with only 3 strikeouts. So the rest of the at bats he's putting in play. They're not dropping right now. It will happen. Tough act to follow.
Tough act to follow. That's how I followed your act.
Who's your Yankee MFer?
My Yankee MFer is Aaron Hicks.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
Paxton's too predictable. I'm not going to give him an MFer every time he goes out there. Clearly something's off. We already had a full Paxton discussion.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be said. Aaron Hicks is bothering me. He's doing the thing where he just isn't swinging the bat at all. Honestly, I do think that he looks rustier than everyone else, and it might be the injury. But the being scared at the warning track today
Yeah.
was pretty brutal. I mean, the second one was a fly ball. And then he comes up with runners and bases loaded and pitchers who just suck.
Yeah.
And he worked the count full, and on his way there, got like a 3-1 count, 2-0 count. And then he saw, I think, 6 pitches and just did not swing. And he gets the walk, and that's great. But, like, swing yourself into a groove or something, you know what I mean? So I think the fly balls, the first one, I do think he catches that. Like, I think he got to the spot. He was just twisted up. I think he was really scared of the warning track both times.
If he catches
the second one, he catches with ease.
If he catches both balls, we'd be sitting here saying, like, Hicks had a pretty nice day in the field.
Yeah.
Like, not special, like, oh my God.
Yeah, but Hicks is sturdy.
Mid-season prime Hicks, I'd say 80% of the time he gets both of them.
Yeah. And Paxton right now without his velocity and all that and feeling fragile, you could just see that second drop just, I mean, it's also on Paxton to be like, dude, you can't let that affect you so much and stuff like that. But I'm going Hicksy.
Yeah, no, it's fair, and that was, I think even before the season we talked about it a little bit, that, this guy didn't have any spring training. He had Tommy John.
Yeah.
And I think we are seeing the side effects of that. I mean, it's always tough with Hicks's approach. I mean, technically his on-base percentage is .360 on the year.
Do we need to get stats on the curse of the 5-hole?
We might have to dig into that. Maybe that'll be a KT Sharp Stats episode. We can look into that. Because, the rotating 5-hole hasn't been great so far. But, yeah, the defense stuff, that's end of the day. That's why Hicks is in there. Anything he does offensively is nice, taking pitches and get on base. But he's out there for defense.
Yeah, and he botched. I think he makes both those plays when he's himself.
And, again, when you really think about it, I mean, this is game 7 for him, game 8. And
yeah, he didn't do the spring training.
No spring training. He had
and coming off injury.
Yeah, so there's some fine excuses there, and I bet if Aaron Hicks was here right now, he'd be telling you he can catch those balls.
I think so, too.
I think so, too.
Thanks, Hicks.
Thanks, Hicks.
All right, regular old awards.
Regular old awards. Some teasers earlier in the show.
Roa, you go first. What do you got?
I'm giving out the Toretto award.
The what?
The Toretto.
How you spelling that?
Toretto. I don't know. There's a lot of T's and some R's.
Nick Toretto, who's?
Toretto.
Okay, Toretto.
The Toretto award.
Okay. What is that? Explain it.
You don't have it?
No.
Jim, it's become one of the best action movie franchises in the history of the world. The leader in the Fast and the Furious movies is Dominic Toretto. And my first award goes to Mike Talkman, the stolen base king of the world right now. So he snags 2 stolen bases.
Vin Diesel's character.
Yes.
Okay.
He snags 2 swipes in the second game of this series, if I'm remembering correctly. Yep. Off Osich and Vasquez, and then off Mazza and Vasquez. He comes in today. He replaces Andujar in left, draws a walk. 8th inning, we've got the top of the lineup coming up. We're excited. DJ, either do it or get it to Judge, however you got to. We've got all the faith in the world on that. We're talking about it on the live stream. I'm joking that LeMahieu's just going to go yard and end the facade. You're saying, hey, DJ just hit a single so Judge can hit a homer. That happened. Mm-hmm. That took place. Out of nowhere, there goes Talkman. And it's like, whoa, buddy, hope you're there. He was. He beat it very easily, and LeMahieu hits the single back up the middle, and he scores on it to tie the game, which, again, we were taking this pretty easy. We are going to come back and win this game against the Red Sox. That was some nice baseball there. That was,
2-out walk, too.
Walk, steal, single.
Tie game.
Everyone likes a little small ball, so there it was for you. So,
and if Hicks isn't ready, whatever.
5-tool Talkman, baby.
Chasing him down like Petey. Coming for that back.
Talkman.
Yeah. 5-tool Talkman. I'll get my award out of the way that we got slaughtered.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what happened here.
Let's see.
It's not your fault award.
Okay.
And you're going to hate this even more now.
Oh, no.
It goes to Hale, Avalon, and Holder. So when you did Holder, I tried to play it cool. Like, of course he's not going to get an award. Don't even need to talk about it. Then you went to Avalon. Now you're stealing 2 out of 3 of the guys on my award.
JOMBOY Triple Award.
Now you're
coming
stealing
out.
2 out of 3 of the guys on my award. These guys are pitching good in tough spots.
Yeah.
They're being used. They're not here for the long haul.
Yeah.
They're going to get sent down. Maybe Hale sticks.
Someone's going to stick.
Maybe Holder sticks.
Yeah.
But it's not your fault. You guys are doing everything that you're
Yeah.
being asked of.
Yeah.
And I want to appreciate them while we have them and let them know you're going to be sent down to the satellite camp. You're not here for the long haul, but it's not your fault.
Right.
You've been pitching great in close games. So there you go.
So, again, I'm sorry for stepping on 2 of the 3 guys you just gave an award to in one award. Yeah, man, Avalon looked actually good.
Yeah.
Avalon looked actually good. We talked about that. David Hale just does David Hale things.
That's what he does.
2.7 ERA, just cruising, getting outs.
I think Avalon has made 3 appearances now, and Hale has made 3 appearances. I don't know about Holder.
The Yanks like Avalon. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, one of those guys is going to stick. We're going to have what? Next Sunday's episode, we'll be losing 2 players.
I think so, yeah. And now Holder's made 3 appearances. Maybe Hale and Avalon made 4 each already.
We'll see what that ends up looking like. I mean, so much is going to change in a week. It's not worth the discussion. I believe Holder has an option, which I think the Yankees would prefer to do that than DFA, Hale, or Avalon. I think Avalon's probably closer to Hale. We'll see. Again, don't lose your mind over that stuff because I'm sure a lot will change in a week. But, yeah, and I mean, Brooks Kriske is still sitting in the bullpen.
But a lot have to go.
And then, 2 weeks after that, you lose another couple guys. And again, so much more will change after that. So, I don't know. I think you can get used to those guys a little more than you're anticipating.
Holder has an option.
Okay.
Hale obviously has none, and Avalon obviously has none.
Right.
So maybe Hale over Holder.
I think we'll see. I think either way Sessa and Chapman are supposed to come back this week. It will get interesting.
Yeah.
And I think as of right now, unless the Avalon show falls apart, we know what we're getting from Hale. If the Avalon show falls off, I think they'd prefer to use Holder's option than to lose a guy.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to give him a little credit.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Won't be able to in a week.
Won't be able to in a week.
Yeah. What's your second award?
I'm giving out the Anything But Salt award.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything but salt.
Anything but salt.
Okay. Thinking.
It's a process. It's a process.
Gary Sanchez.
Close. Kinda.
Okay.
It's a guy in the Yankees.
All right. So I'm very close.
You are close.
A teammate of his?
Yes.
Nailed it.
Plays close to him.
A pitcher? Oh, Voit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luke Voit, we had a nice laugh. He hit another, pretty nice home run today. Important in the middle of the game to keep it close. Or take the lead, I forget. I think keep it close. Voit has hit home runs in 3 of his last 4 games, I believe.
I think it's 5.
3 of his last 5. Either way, Voigt's playing decent. The thing that's kind of funny, and it's why it's not processing right now, is probably the 5-hole curse. His slugging is there. Luke Voit is slugging 600 right now, early in the season. For comparison, Stanton is slugging 640, and he was a monster early on, if you remember. Right now, Luke Voigt's OBP is 296. Batting average is 240, so, I would expect a couple of those Luke Voit walks to start coming along. He is low-key mashing. It's kind of funny that he's become such an afterthought with the Judge show and the Stanton show and the Gio show.
So, dude, I went to find Voigt's stats because I wanted to tweet it out and be like, in the last 5 days,
Right.
and I thought they were going to be crazy.
No.
They're not. They're good.
When he's getting them, they're homers.
He's had 6 hits, 3 of them were in homers, 1 was a grand slam.
Right.
Besides those, there's not a lot going on.
No.
But it's still good. I think it's like a 333 average in the last 5 games or something. But small sample, I thought it was going to be like crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess he was 2 for 4 on Saturday against Boston without a homer. So it's coming along. And again, like all the numbers that if you're on Twitter that have been coming out have been kind of Luke Voigt's hit his 100, almost a full season of games played with the Yankees, and the numbers are really nice. So keep slugging, Luke. The rest of it's going to be there, and you're just getting overshadowed by monsters right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, my last award of the day.
And slugs hate salt.
They don't hate it. They get dead by it.
So wouldn't you hate it?
I don't know. Maybe a suicidal slug may love salt.
Suicidal slug may love salt. Suicidal slug may love salt.
That should be a band name. Like a high school think they're hard. No, the suicidal slugs. And then you salt them when you go to their show.
I'd actually like that.
Yeah, that's good, right?
The fans salt the band, or the band salts the fans?
Both.
Okay. Sand going everywhere.
It's just going everywhere, yeah.
And it with Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Who is your second award, Jim?
My second award is the Pinocchio Award.
Ooh. Like the puppet?
Is he a puppet? Yeah, like the puppet. Yeah.
Who are you giving the award to, James?
Well, the Blue Fairy told Pinocchio, prove yourself brave, truthful, and unselfish, and someday you will be a real boy.
Yes.
And Nick Nelson passed the first test.
Sure,
and with Kahnle out,
sure did.
We needed a new changeup.
Yeah.
And I think we may have found our new changeup. And Lasagna's coming for that spot. He's trying to get in the Horseman gang.
Yeah.
Nicky Nelson, all he did was look at Lasagna and say, I'd also like to apply for the Horseman gang.
I like that.
He's not saying I'm there.
Right.
He's just saying, hey, I just submitted my application.
Ooh, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's an opening to be a horseman, and I'm interested.
Yeah.
Or a goose, either way.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to be an animal, basically. That's what Nicky Nelson did.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Office episode where Michael, Jim, and what's her name plays Anne in Parks and Rec. Jim's girlfriend. Karen.
All go for
they all apply for the same job.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jim is probably Loizaga. Karen is Nick Nelson, and Michael Scott's like John Holder.
Yeah.
Like, Holder thinks he's a lock for it. He's been around. He's like, I'm next in line to be a horse.
This is genius. This is really good.
I know. This is
really
all
good.
I do.
I led us there.
Thank
It's a
you.
team effort.
It's a team effort. Look at that. Fiends.
Look at this.
And yeah.
Look at that changeup.
The changeup movement is nice. It's not Kahnle's, but it's got a similar shape to it.
Yeah.
And, dude, how about the fact he went 3 innings? I looked at that box score and I was shocked. I just assumed he went 2 because that's kind of the reliever gang. Nick Nelson goes 3 innings. He wins. And I think the Deep Track Yankee fans are excited for this conversation because he kind of stole the show on the Saturday game, and they probably want to see where we're at. I mean, let's obviously see more of it. It's one start. The fastball is show.
96.
The changeup is show.
Hold on. Look, this give has 2 sliders as well.
The slider is
Get
tight.
3+ pitches in that debut.
The slider is tight. It's he definitely opened eyes. He's got some drool stuff. He's the reason I'm so mad at the Red Sox team. Like, I can't believe the Red Sox have nothing that resemble this dude.
Yeah.
And this guy, if everyone's healthy, this guy's 8th in our pen. But yeah, man, there is a good chance Nick Nelson can be an important part of this season. To what degree, I don't know. Probably depends more on injuries than Nick Nelson himself.
He submitted his application.
But that's about as good of a debut as you can throw in. And, yeah, man, show stuff.
Yep.
Show stuff for sure.
Yeah. So those are the awards.
Those are the awards. Who did we leave out? We kind of left out a big one. A guy that could have been a sneaky pride of the Yankees, Monty.
Yeah. I mean,
looks good.
One game, so it's a little tougher for pitchers to get pride unless they like shove.
Right.
But Monty looks good. Tanaka coming back. Like, we need to see him stretched out a little longer, but I thought his stuff looked good. The other award, and my favorite award of all time, the Stepping Stone Award,
Yes.
could have gone to
Classic.
Gary Sanchez.
Yeah.
Because after his day off on Friday, on Saturday, and I said this on our pregame show, he was 0 for 15 going into Saturday, and all 15 of those at-bats included an absolutely horrendous swing.
Yes.
Just ugly, ugly swing. Saturday, he stepped into the box. He started the game off with a single. Then he put a pitch to the wall. Then he worked a walk. Then he barreled a ball to left center. You didn't get one ugly swing all game. Now, were the results amazing? No. Did he get on base twice and hit the ball hard twice? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a Stepping Stone Award, and you needed to see that. Then he had a bad at-bat Sunday. I forget what it was, but there was so much excitement. I think he was just thinking about like the home runs and stuff. He forgot that he was at the plate. I think he forgot he was at the plate, if we're being honest.
Okay.
So I could have given him a Stepping Stone Award.
I'm proud that you didn't. I think we should both be proud of ourselves because he didn't fully own it. The at-bats look great. The at-bats look great. The results are coming, and they will come even more. August, Gary, people are talking. Man, I mentioned it to you guys earlier as one pitch, but you can just tell when a player is tracking the ball really well. I think there was a 2-strike slider that started on the edge of the plate, and it ended up just off, and Gary just watched it the whole way. Didn't even think about it. Didn't think, hey, do I need the emergency hack to keep this alive? Nothing. He's seeing the ball a lot better. The swings are there. I also mentioned he had a reverse Yankees-Boston game. If we played at Fenway, we'd be talking about how Gary had a homer and a monster ball.
Yeah.
But we were playing at Yankee Stadium, so good to see him back. A lot of the Yankees bonus pieces didn't get a lot of run this series. Wade, Ford, Tyro.
Wade comes in for defensive replacement. He's still part of that victory formation.
Yep.
Andujar botched that ball in left field. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we do have to talk about that a little bit. I mean, is there concern's not the word, but you got to expect that if you're putting Andujar in left field.
That won't carry over in my brain at all.
Okay.
That is such a simple, mindless error and not an error of physicality.
Okay.
That I just when Trent Grisham made that error in the wild card game, Trevor told us, because he was an infielder that went to the outfield, Trevor Plouffe. He said, the ball snakes in the grass, and until you see it, you've never seen it before. Yeah. He said it can go 1 foot left and right on you in the grass, and it's just so weird. Maybe that's what happened. I have no idea. But, no, it didn't worry about me moving forward, because in the very start of the game, he tracked the ball to his left to the track and caught it fine.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it.
On the fly balls, he's looked great. He's looked solid. I'll say my concern meter went up a notch. It's obviously not, I'm not even waving a yellow flag, but I'm looking at the yellow flag.
Okay.
If I've got a bucket where you put umbrellas normally.
You're like, hey, did we bring it?
Yes. Because if that does happen again, you're waving the yellow flag.
Yes. So you're just is it in the trunk?
Right. We've got
Guys,
it.
Did you pack it?
Yeah. Because, we made some layup jokes about it, Andujar left the infield so he doesn't have to deal with ground balls anymore. But snaking balls in the outfield is a thing. And, like you're saying, it's a step away from becoming a mental issue.
Well,
if that happens again.
If I know Andujar.
Sure, Miggy.
He's going out there, and I met Andujar, and we winked at each other.
Right?
No, we didn't wink at each other. What did we do? We just kind of nodded.
You guys
at each other.
stood together.
You
both didn't know what to do.
We were both
from the scouting report I got.
We both didn't want to be there.
Right.
And there's a GIF of it. We both kind of just look at each other like, this sucks. Huh?
We're here.
Yeah. If I know him, he's out there tomorrow, and Nevin's just ripping balls in the grass as well.
Yeah.
He's been working hard. He's been working hard in the outfield.
I'd expect that in the pregame show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Miguel got some extra work today before the game.
Yep.
But, it's know that you have the yellow flag with you. Anything else?
Well, so coming up, we have a Phillies series.
We didn't really talk about the Zach Britton thing. If you somehow missed it, he had worked in the bullpen, and then he pitched in the next game, so the Yankees treated it like he pitched back-to-back days.
And they got him up twice, and 3 games in a row he got.
So that's why he didn't come in to close out game 2.
I'm fine with
I think
it.
that's it.
And I'm fine with it, especially he came out and he pitched the next game, so there wasn't like a fake out. That was truly the reason.
Right.
So who do we got coming up? We have 4 against the Phillies.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And I believe Garrett Cole is tomorrow.
Yankees probable starters. I'll Google that. Let's see. So there was a Rays game scheduled for Thursday. That got moved to a doubleheader Friday or Saturday. I forget. Arrieta versus Cole tomorrow. Not the same Jake Arrieta from Beth. And dude, okay.
That sucks for the Phillies.
I don't want people to get cocky. The Phillies, if you just keep it in the Yankees scope, the Phillies last week or so basically got canceled because they were tied to the Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been at home basically quarantining. I think they got a practice in today, but they haven't been playing in games. And now they got to step in versus Garrett Cole.
That sucks for them.
And the rest of the Yankees. So they're coming into a tough matchup. The Yankees.
How's the lineup go after that?
The Yankees website doesn't have a starter on Tuesday.
Well, it'd be Cole, Happer, Monty, Tanaka.
Cole, Hap,
Monty, Tanaka.
Is it Monty?
That's what we just did. We're on a regular rotation now.
Are we missing a day or no?
No. Hap was Thursday.
Right.
Monty was Friday.
Monty's game 1. Yeah. So, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see. BBD, do you know what day the doubleheader is for Tampa?
Tampa is Saturday doubleheader.
Tampa's a Saturday doubleheader.
So Cole, Hap, Monty, Tanaka, and then doubleheader day?
I think Cole would be one of those.
One of the two.
Starts.
Wait. Monday is Cole. Tuesday is Hap. Wednesday is Monty. Thursday is Tanaka. So then Friday is Cole again. And then you probably go.
I don't think that's right. I think Saturday.
Monday.
Oh, Paxton. Paxton's Friday.
I think, yeah.
Unless it's Clark.
Clark Schmidt's going to be coming up this week.
You can't pitch Paxton.
Honest.
You can't pitch Paxton before the doubleheader.
We've got a doubleheader Saturday. Clark Schmidt's coming up this week.
Yes.
And expect Sessa to return early in the week, Chapman later in the
week.
What
if it's Paxton Friday, doubleheader King Schmidt?
King Schmidt or Schmidt Cole? Cole's going to pitch Saturday.
Cole's one of those.
So Cole and then King and Schmidt combine it.
We could see. Or maybe, he is up Friday just in case Pax needs that piggyback. I think Clark Schmidt's coming up this week. We'll see, though. There's going to be a serious juggle. I mean, you add Sessa and Chapman. Krisky is the extra guy in the bullpen. He probably goes down.
Yeah.
I mean, then you start getting into Holder, Nick Nelson.
Nelson can go 3. Lasagna can go 3. They got weapons. If they want to do a weapon doubleheader day, they can do it.
They still got Tyro on the bench right now. They can send him.
That's
down.
true. That's true. Tyro's not really getting used at all. At all.
So yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
And it's only 7 innings. The doubleheaders.
Oh, that's true too. I mean, Cole could end that pretty easily, huh? That's
pretty nuts. You do Cole 1, and then you do Lasagna
Whoever the
King
hell you
weapons
want.
2. I mean, Lasagna and King could split that with Chapman. I mean, a 7-inning bullpen game is pretty fun for the Yanks.
That's going to be interesting.
So we're rooting pretty hard for Cole. I mean, we have another series recap before this one starts, but Cole, complete game shutout, 7 innings, and then the bullpen
And we're not normally weather people. Tuesday is supposed to be like a full wash, so there could be a Phillies doubleheader Wednesday, Thursday. Knock on wood, keep everyone healthy. This should be a crazy week of Yankees baseball. We have voicemail episode coming tomorrow.
Yep, call in, leave a voicemail.
Call in with your voicemail. We'll have sharp stats after that. If you have any ideas or something for Katie to look into, tweet at KT Sharp. She's the best. And then we'll have the series recap of the Phils, and then who knows, man.
See you then. Go Yanks. Tell them Grams.
Go Yankees.